Hey guys, what's up? This is GaLm, and welcome to another update video. Today is January 1st, at least in terms of me recording this, and that means it is a brand new year, 2016. So happy New Year's to anyone who's watching this, and well, to everybody in general. And hopefully 2015 went at least alright for you guys. And if it went bad, then hopefully this year will be better. That's the good thing about life. Sometimes you can just kind of keep pushing forward and being like, life, you're really being a dick. But eventually, life can't do much to you anymore, because you're just like, fuck you, life, I don't care anymore. I've got money! And friends! Woo-hoo-hoo! Things like that. But besides that, we're going to be talking about me. That's kind of, I guess, the point of the update videos. We're going to be talking about 2015 in my own retrospective, how it was for me, how it was for the channel, and then 2016, or my hopes for it, for myself, and for my channel. Now, this is going to be a lot of rambling, so this is probably gonna end up being like 30 minutes of me talking about a whole lot of stuff that I probably could have just kind of put down in a concise manner, but oh well. So let's go ahead and get into this. So before we fully dive in the last update video, I said that I was going to finish Fallout 4, or try to finish Fallout 4 before the end of the year. That hasn't happened yet, so I can't tell you how long we still have, so that's what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. Playing a lot of Fallout 4, since now that I've finished Undertale, that is purely all I get to focus on in terms of single-player recording stuff. No other distractions except for Fallout 4. Well, Fallout 4 wouldn't be a distraction for Fallout 4. And no other distractions besides multiplayer recordings, and my mother, because she moved back in, and we don't know what's going to happen there. She's a wild card. But besides that, yep. Hopefully we can finish Fallout 4 soon. I do want to get it out of the way because, God, open world games, they just last so long for you to get most of the content out of the way for them. And we'll talk about that a little bit when we start talking about my goals for 2016 and a little bit in the 2015 retrospective as well. But besides that, I did finish Undertale. I'm happy about that. I was able to go through, beat the game on Genocide, and then I beat the game again on Neutral and True Pacifist, so that way I could show what happens after you've beaten Genocide. And so we showed most of the major endings. There are obviously like neutral endings that you can go through, but I'm good. I'm done. I can look those up on Wikipedia or YouTube. We're good. It was an enjoyable experience. And besides that, we also worked on my spreadsheet, my Let's Play to-do list. And for the people who didn't watch the last update video, I will explain what this is, because I think this will be relevant to every single one of you. If you guys are an active viewer, this list is absolutely relevant to your interest, because if you're wondering if I'm going to play a particular game or a particular game series, this is massive. It is like 300 different games on here that you could look at and be like, oh, well, is GaLm going to play Halo Wars or Halo Wars 2? Oh, yes, they're this color, so yeah. So there's a link down in the description below, and I will show a little bit of it on the screen as well. So I recommend checking that out. I'm going to link it every time I do an update video, so that way you can go, oh, is GaLm going to play this? And I can go, yes. Yes, viewers. Or no viewers, I'm not going to play this random Korean MMO from like 2003. It's not happening, just because there are some games that I don't want to play. And I have the thing formatted and colored for that. So like, if it's red, I don't want to play it, but maybe I'll come around to it. If it's pink, I don't want to play it, but I can see me playing it as like a joke. If it's a light purple, I don't want to play it at all. If it's a dark purple, then it's something I played enough of and I enjoyed it. So I don't want to play it anymore because I played a lot of it, or maybe I played a lot of it and now there's no longer people playing it for like Naturals Like to Do or Revolve or something. But maybe I'll come back to it at some other point. I don't know. Life is weird like that. There are a whole lot of different factors, but basically if anything is green, yellow, or orange on this list, which is the majority of what's on here, that means I'm gonna play it. And we're gonna be busy for a long time. I mean, if we look at the numbers of games and things on here, there are more games that I have on this list that I want to play than I have finished as Let's Plays. I've done over 150 Let's Plays. Definitely. At least if you like, if you make every Let's Play of a series of games individual for like, oh, Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. And then I did it again, so that's technically 6 Let's Plays. Well, 5 Let's Plays. Yeah, I've done a lot of Let's Plays, and yet the lists of games that I still have to play just outshadow it. It is, oh my god, huge. So hopefully this will be useful for you guys. Again, it's for the people who are like, oh, are you gonna play this? And boom, answer's right there. You just gotta go to the link. Although I'm sure we'll still get people asking, yo, are you gonna play Assassin's Creed? Well, I don't know, viewer. I just don't know. I don't have like it on a list or anything. But yeah, I think that covers everything from the last update video. Hopefully you guys had a happy holidays as well, since that was when I put it up. I put it up on Christmas. Yeah. So for me, my Christmas was actually legitimately spent doing work on the spreadsheet. I also worked on trying to figure out what I wanted to do with a Discord server. That's gonna be the last thing. I almost forgot to bring this up. So for people who are interested in playing and joining me for multiplayer sessions, I'm gonna be running a Discord server, and sometimes I'm gonna send out a link, and that link is gonna have a cap for like maybe 20 or 30 people. And so every once a week, 20 or 30 people can get in. And if you are good at the game and you're fun to play with, then you might become a regular. Oh gosh. And we can play games. Just because I did play a lot of multiplayer games in 2015, a lot more than I usually do. And it definitely would be fun to play those kinds of games with people. It would reduce the amount of rage I have, for sure. Because so many times I'll be playing something like Halo or Metal Gear Solid Online, and I can't talk to the people in-game because I'd have to plug in a mic, and if I do that, you won't be able to hear those people responding to me anyways, and so it's just so weird. But if I can get you guys into a Discord server, then I can hear you guys on the computer, and I can mute myself if I want to talk to people on the YouTube recording instead, and it's just more convenient. So we'll see where this goes. If you get in, you're in permanently, generally. So if you I should probably talk about what Discord is, but we'll get into that. But yeah, if you get in and you're one of the 20 or 30 people who get in on that link, you're in permanently. I'm never gonna kick anybody out unless they do like really assholey things. If you are a jerk, you're getting kicked without a moment's hesitation, and you're not getting invited back. I mean, obviously you can still try, but if you end up being a jerk again, you just get kicked again and you're wasting people's time. But we'll see what ends up happening. I haven't fully thought this server out yet because there are so many things that go into like inviting people. Every time someone like suggests it for like recording, like, go, why don't you just invite friends to play? Well, I don't know. Sometimes I'm playing at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I obviously can't invite YouTuber friends because a lot of YouTuber friends just don't play these games. You know, like Derp Crew. Oh, go play with the Derp Crew for Halo 5. I can't. Nobody wants to play Halo 5 except for me, man. It is just how things work. But at the very least, with a Discord server, we can form a little bit of a community in there. So that way, if you guys want to play together, then you can do that. If one of you guys are available for like playing some multiplayer stuff, then you can join in on that. And it'll be an interesting experience. It's definitely a coming out of the shell kind of thing for me, because there are so many issues that can happen with like inviting people in for sessions and having them be really, really entitled to stuff. And that gets awkward, but oh well. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys can get in and it'll be an enjoyable experience. But again, it is going to be a little bit limited. I don't want it to be something where like 3,000 people are sitting inside this Discord server, because that would be chaos. That would be absolute chaos. We can't have that. But every once in a while, again, 20, 30 people, I'll link it out on Twitter. Hopefully before, like, I'm never gonna send out the link just before a recording session. It will definitely be like either a few hours or like a week beforehand, and then we'll see what happens. But besides that, that's everything from what I want to talk about in general. Now we can talk about 2015 in retrospective, and then eventually my 2016 goals and how they all tie together. So give me one quick second and we'll get into that. Okay, so 2015 in retrospective. It's been alright. I'm not gonna be able to be one of those guys who goes, oh my god, 2015 was an amazing experience. I went to so many different places. I was traveling every month. I met hundreds of people, and it was amazing. No, me, personally, I stayed home. For like the majority of the year, it was me at home, playing video games, living a very unhealthy lifestyle. that was the majority of my 2015. I did go to a couple of conventions, and I was trying to go to PAX Prime, but shenanigans happened there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But 2015 was just okay. It hovered around neutral okay for a long while. And that's great. You know, I'd rather have a year be neutral and okay than just awful, 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 awful. You know, sometimes I have a lot of bad luck stuff happen, and so far I haven't died from any bad luck things, but I'm more than happy to have a year where those bad luck things are more of like an inconvenience than a death sentence or something. You know, like my tire popping and me being stranded for a couple hours. That's a big inconvenience, but at least I was able to get home eventually. But if there was one really annoying event, it was what happened in April, and we'll talk about that too. But for the most part, for this year, in terms of like the channel itself, we played a lot of open world games. That's what this year was, or 2015 at least. 2015 was the wrath of the open world games. Legitimately, at least 10 months of the 12 months in a year had me posting Let's Play stuff on open world games. Far Cry 4, Dying Light, The Witcher 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Fallout 4. Just destroyed my productivity this year. Oh my god. There were so many short games I wanted to get to. There were also other open world games that I wanted to get to this year, and it just didn't happen. You know, like Assassin's Creed, I wanted to go through Assassin's Creed Rogue and Unity before Syndicate came out. That didn't happen. So now I gotta go through Rogue, Unity, and Syndicate before yet another Assassin's Creed game comes out. And then I wanted to do Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, and Arkham Origins before Arkham Knight came out. Whoops, I meant to say Arkham City before Arkham Knight came out. That didn't happen, so now I have all 4 of those to play, and ooh boy. Yeah, definitely gonna talk about that in 2016, but besides that, what short games did we do? We did Undertale, Shovel Knight. I don't remember much else. Undertale and Shovel Knight, and probably quite a lot of things. Let me actually look at my playlist. I know I did a little bit of a count. I think we've done like 18 Let's Plays this year, maybe 19. Oh, we did Life is Strange, we did Halo 5, we did Until Dawn, we did the Master Chief Collection, Splatoon, Wolfenstein: The New Blood, and then obviously we played a lot of multiplayer things. Oh, Bloodborne as well. Battlefield Hardline. Yeah, no, we did quite a bit. The Order 1886. And I think that was about it in terms of stuff that wasn't open world games. But hopefully this year we do a lot more. I would like to do at least 30 Let's Plays this year. And that might sound like a lot, but I think it's possible. I think if I was doing only short games last year, I easily could have hit 30 Let's Plays. So in 2016, we're gonna change things up. But 2015, that was about it. The bad things that happened in April was all of my videos having their titles, descriptions, and tags changed to match the 5th part of Killing Floor 2 Early Access with GaLm. That sucks. So for anybody who subscribed over the course of the year, which we actually gained a lot of subs this year. Holy shit, right? Last year I hit 100K, and now we're almost at 200K at the beginning of another year. That's a big difference. So hey, new viewers, especially ones who are actually watching update videos, thank you for joining me. But if you subscribed sometime after April, then you definitely did not see what happened. And that's what we're going to talk about. So in 2015, in April 8th of 2015, I was setting up the 5th part of Killing Floor 2 Early Access, or my 5th video of the Killing Floor 2 Early Access. And for some reason, the video manager glitched out and started applying those settings to every single video. And I don't know what caused this. A lot of people try to say that, oh, I somehow did it by mistake, but it's legitimately impossible to do it by mistake. You have to click on like 5 different things on purpose to be able to apply settings to all your videos, and I didn't even know you could do it. I didn't even know you could do it until like afterwards someone said, oh, well, did you do it by mistake? And I was like, can I even? And I clicked on like 3 different things, and I was like, oh wow, you can select all your videos. But I definitely didn't click on these. And that sucked. That basically hampered my productivity for a while because I basically had to spend all of April trying to fix up titles, fix up descriptions, fix up tags. I had a friend help me, and that was definitely a big help. And a couple people also lent some help in terms of viewers. A couple people gave me, one guy gave me a script for editing playlists, and that was awesome. That was like the biggest help, because if like I had 100 videos in a playlist, and because of the way that I title things, all I had to do was go to this script and it would title and like number these things depending on their playlist order, and that was super useful for most playlists. There were some playlists where like that didn't work out that well, but oh well. Thank you, guy, for helping me out with that. And then there was also another guy who compiled a script that grabbed all of my YouTube-related tweets and put them in like a spreadsheet. And so that allowed me to see all like the individual video names if I name something a little bit differently from other stuff. So like if I titled a video, oh, top 10 tricks on this, I could go, oh yeah, this was named top 10 tricks on this. I've never done a video called top 10 tricks on anything, but I'm just giving an example that this spreadsheet was really helpful. So very big thank you to those guys, and a big thank you to Goon, who is an old pal who helped me fix up videos. I still have quite a lot of videos that I have to adjust the tags or the descriptions on, but for the most part we have the titles fixed, and that was the biggest thing for me. I just wanted to get the titles fixed, although I still have to change the build numbers on natural section too. All of them are like question marks. So 200 videos go question mark, question mark, question mark. What build is this? I don't know. But besides that, no, that was 2015, and I'm hoping that 2016 will be better. So let me talk about 2016 and my general goals. So I would like in 2016 to play a little bit less open world games. Or actually, I guess not less open world games. In the end, we're going to end up playing at least 7 open world games in 2016. But I want to do it in a way where they don't rule my channel. I didn't like this year for that. As much as I enjoy Fallout 4 and I enjoyed The Witcher 3 and Dying Light and Metal Gear Solid 5 was okay, I don't like when a series is like 100 videos long and it's taking me 3 months or something to go through it, because then I'm not playing other games and I'm just stagnating constantly, and I don't like that. I really don't. So while I voiced that complaint, I am going to still probably end up playing a whole lot of open world games, but this year I'm going to make it a thing. I have a personal goal for every time I do an open world game. Once I've beaten that open world game, I have to do like 5 or 10 short games, and that means anything that is less than 20 hours, I want to do 5 or 10 of those. So that way we can have a little bit of variety, and that way I can even build up a backlog that allows me to delve into an open world game without a lot of problems. One of the biggest reasons how come it takes me so long to go through open world games is that they're games where you kind of sometimes have to find the content to do. And that's definitely Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is okay, let me look at my map for 20 minutes to figure out where I'm supposed to go next. And so I really have to like work myself up for the mood. And when I'm constantly also having to like put out 3 or 4 of those the very next day, it's a mess. It's an unproductive mess. But if I had shorter games, if I had a whole bunch of shorter games, one after another, I could be set for like weeks and just focus purely on recording. And then we could have what happened when Fallout 4 first came out, and I could have like 20 videos out in like 2 days or something. That'd be insane, right? So yeah, that's kind of my general goals. I also would like to, again, be able to play with more people for multiplayer games, because I'm probably going to play more and more of those multiplayer games a little bit more consistently, although we'll see what ends up coming out this year in terms of multiplayer stuff. 2015 was a really good year for multiplayer games, because I really enjoyed Halo 5, I really enjoyed Rainbow Six Siege, I enjoyed Splatoon, I really enjoyed Evolve, although the content on that fell out pretty quick. So I'm hoping that 2016 can do something kind of similar, because I'm not interested in playing games like Call of Duty or Battlefield in terms of like recording wise, but we'll see what happens. I just recently played a game called Squad. Maybe I'll play a little bit of that. We shall see. So in 2016, my goal is to go and hit 9,000 videos on GaLm HD. In 2015, my goal was to hit 7,000 videos, and we kind of didn't hit that, but I'm absolutely sure that we would have been able to if I didn't spend like a month fixing videos because of April. So 2016, the year I hit over 9,000 videos, maybe even a little bit more than that. So my realistic goal, 9,000. My optimal goal, 9,500. And my optimistic, holy shit, goal is 10,000. If I can hit 10,000 videos in 2016, I can prove without a doubt that I have no life. Oh my god. Although, speaking of that, maybe I should be a little bit more cautious about things. One of my other goals for 2016 is to live a little bit of a healthier lifestyle. I mean, that's pretty much what everybody does for a New Year's resolution, but I really do mean it this time. Generally what my schedule is when I'm doing videos is I wake up, I look at the internet for a little bit as I'm waking up more, and then I go out and get a bunch of food. I get a whole fuckload of food. You know, anywhere between like 2,000 to 4,000 calories of food, and then I eat it all. I fucking sit there and hate myself for a couple of hours, and once I'm no longer feeling groggy and awful, I sit down and record a whole bunch. And usually this means I'm able to get a whole lot of work done without having to like stop for food breaks, because I don't go for any other food for the rest of the day. But it does mean that I'm not like, you know, like I'm not losing any weight. I'm staying pretty overweight in general. I don't have time to exercise because I'm too busy just fucking being full and feeling awful and stuff like that. So in 2016, I gotta change that up. I don't know exactly how, but obviously the whole general point of trying to lose weight is eat less, exercise more. That is something that I think I can definitely nail. I don't have a fast metabolism, but I don't think I have a low metabolism. Like in 2014, I went from 240 pounds, and I'm gonna say pounds. Let me let you guys know. I don't like talking about my weight much, but fucking 2016, I want to lower it down. In 2014, I went from 240 pounds to 200 pounds, purely because I was eating less calories. And so if I can do that again and get down to like 170, 180, or whatever the hell is reasonable for being like 5'9" or 5'11", I actually don't know my actual height. My driver's license says I'm 5'11", so I assume I'm 5'11". But yeah, I want to live a little bit healthier this year, eat a lot less, obviously eat more throughout the day, but just smaller and smaller portions, and then also sometimes exercise. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get to the point where I exercise like 5 days a week and I spend 2 hours every single day exercising, because I do have shit that I want to do. Specifically, I want to record and do my Let's Plays, and a lot of that is obviously based on me. So if I'm going to be doing Let's Plays and balancing health stuff, 2016 is going to be interesting, but hopefully I can nail it down. I'm not going to do anything crazy like start up a fitness channel and go, okay, well, let's see how this works, and then you can see my fat ass failing at doing push-ups in a proper form or something. That ain't happening, but I do want to at least say, hey, I am going to try and get healthy this year, so that way I don't die at the age of like 30 or something, because that would kind of suck, to die of like a heart attack. Oh, I just ate too much McDonald's, I'm out. That would be on my gravestone. In fact, if I ever have a will, that's going to be on my thing. If I die before the age of 35, put on my gravestone, ate too much shit. Just ate way too much stuff. So yeah, that's generally my 2016 goals. Put out more videos, and also maybe eat a little bit better and exercise more, so that way things can just be nice. And I think that kind of covers everything. Now that I kind of told it in a little bit more concise way. I've tried to do this update video like 4 times, and every time it ended up being like 40 minutes, but now I think I got all the general information out of the way. So I guess now we can just talk about specific games that I might be hyped up for. So let me go ahead and bring that list up for myself personally. So for a to-do list, let me do this. So games that are coming out. So in 2006, wow, oh god, what was going on there? Whoa. In 2016, at least for the first, I'd say half a year or so, games are coming out at a decent rate. And by decent rate, I mean they're not coming out one after another directly on top of each other. And they were going to, and I was going to be really angry about it, but they eventually delayed a lot of games. I expect more delays to happen soon. But oh my god, Far Cry Primal, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and Deus Ex Mankind Divided, all of those were going to come out on February 23rd. What the shit, game devs? What the shit? But now they're a little bit spread out. I mean, fucking holy shit, Deus Ex Mankind Divided got delayed to August. So obviously, we're going to have a little bit of time, especially for those open world games. It's going to be nice to try and play some games from the past too. Like, I do want to replay Mirror's Edge, because the last time I played it was on Gamer Clips, and so it'd be nice to play it with a better mic and with a future perspective on the game. Same thing with Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'm going to replay that this year, again with a new mic and a different appreciation for things. It'll also be nice to play these games and have them go up at 1080p 60 FPS rather than 720p 30-ish FPS. I say 30-ish because I used to record with fraps, and so sometimes my Let's Plays would be at like 20 to 40 or 20 to 24 FPS rather than 30, and that's bad. But let's look at actual game releases that I have on my list. Now, this isn't perfect. Games are subject to being delayed. There might be some smaller games that get released in between these that I'm not aware of at the moment, but I'm going to go down this list, and once I go down the list, I'll talk about how I hopefully will plan to go through things. So January 16th, we have the Dragon's Dogma PC re-release. We have January 26th, The Witness, which is like a indie puzzle game that looks really nice. Dying Light The Following, that's coming out February 9th. That is an expansion to Dying Light that looks pretty nice. It involves like vehicles in a big open-ish world area, so that'll be good. XCOM 2, February 9th. Firewatch, February 9th. Firewatch is... Oh, well, okay, let me back it up. XCOM 2 is obviously a sequel to XCOM, and definitely it looks like more of XCOM Enemy Unknown with better graphics, and so that looks really cool. I've actually watched quite a few videos on it. Firewatch is like kind of an adventure game where you play as a ranger in a forest. I don't remember actually what your job position is, but you're out in the forest and you're looking out for things, and so that'll be interesting to play. Far Cry Primal is coming out February 23rd, although on the PC it's coming out March 1st. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, don't have a date up for that. Twilight Princess HD, March 4th. Tom Clancy's The Division, March 8th, with betas coming out in between January and March 8th. Hitman, which is a really... By the way, alright, let me do another aside. Please, game developers, please stop rebooting game series or making sequel for game series and just saying the name for it. If you have a Hitman 3 and 4 or Hitman whatever, and then release just a game called Hitman, that's confusing! No one likes referring to games by their dates that they came out. Oh yeah, do you like Hitman? Do you mean Hitman 2016? No, actually. Shit, then I don't know. No one likes that, stop it. Uncharted 4 is scheduled for March 18th, although maybe that has changed actually, hold up. Uncharted 4 is, yeah, okay, it's April 29th, so let me change that. That's April 29th, which is even better. I am totally fine with games being delayed, because every time a game gets delayed, it means I have a little bit more time to focus down on other subjects, and that's great. Or other games, rather, that's awesome. So, besides that, Dark Souls 3 March 4th, or Dark Souls 3 March 24th, Quantum Break April 5th, Star Fox Zero April 22nd, Uncharted 4 April 29th, Battleborn May 3rd, Mirror's Edge Catalyst May 24th, No Man's Sky sometime in June, and Deus Ex Mankind Divided August 23rd. And then obviously there are other games that might be coming out, but I don't know the exact dates of. Rise of the Tomb Raider is getting a PC re-release sometime soon. I will play it then, but that's kind of what our year is looking like. For 2016, a lot of sequels. Actually, yeah, a lot of sequels, holy crap. But I guess that's life. A whole lot of sequels, although we have a few actual new IPs. Quantum Break's a new IP, Battleborn's a new IP, Firewatch is obviously a new IP, but who knows if that's going to get like a sequel or something. We have other games that were announced at E3 last year, like Recore, maybe The Last Guardian. 2016 will be interesting. So what my goals are for the next few months, I'm going to be trying to play through these games. I'm going to try and finish up Fallout 4, play through a bunch of the shorter games, and then see which one of these other game releases I can check out. And then at some point eventually this year, I would like to actually stream for like a full month. I want to get to a point where at some point I have enough time and I have enough backlog to be able to stream for a full month. Not straight, obviously, but like every day I stream for 4 to 6 to 10 hours, and that way I could really get some games out of the way. That month, whenever I find it, will be the month I go through Assassin's Creed and the Batman series and maybe some other things, so that way we can finally get them off the list, and in a way that will be relatively pretty quick. So I'm just letting you guys know, at some point eventually I would like to do a stream month. I was going to do it in February or January, but now that my mother's moved back in, that's not happening because I have no idea what's going to end up happening there. Again, she's a wild card. She could end up interrupting stuff, or she could just completely leave me on my own for a while. I don't know. So that's definitely going to have to be something that waits for maybe later on in the year, but we'll see. Obviously, I don't know what life is going to be like in 8 months. I could be enacting my plans exactly, or maybe I'll be in a different place. Maybe good things will happen and I'll be invited to move across the states for some kind of super secret science initiative. Although that's kind of imagining things a little bit too much. Still, hopefully 2016 will be a fun one. There are a lot of games coming out that I'm interested in. Definitely a lot more games coming out this year than are coming out last year. Mostly because a lot of the games that were supposed to be coming out last year got delayed to this year. I mean, holy crap. Like The Division, I really thought that was going to come out last year, but it just didn't happen. But it is coming out in 2 months, so that's soon enough. We're going to end off here because I think I'm running out of direct topics to talk about. Obviously, we'll do more update videos as time goes on, especially for things specifically. In terms of a right around now, I'm going to be trying to finish Fallout 4, and once I'm done with Fallout 4, I'm going to do an update video and be like, alright, these are the games I'm looking to play, because I would like to play some shorter games, you know, stuff like Bayonetta, or some other Wii U titles like Wonderful 101. I gotta get around to those eventually, so I recommend looking at the list. If you're wondering what games I'm interested in, look at my spreadsheet that's linked down below. Note that it's never going to be an exact, like, say of when I'm going to do something. Just because something is green doesn't mean I'm going to play it immediately. It means I want to play it as soon as possible, but that could still mean like a year from now, right? It could be orange and I play it next week rather than a year from now. It could mean so much, but at the very least you can look at the list and be like, oh, does he know that there's an Ace Combat 7 coming out? Well, yes I do. Does he know that there's a game called Dead Island 2 coming out? Well, yeah, I do. So keep an eye on that. We'll see how this year goes. Hopefully you guys have a happy new year. I hope I have a happy new year as well. I will see you guys later. Let me know what you guys think down below for the game list, and also what you guys think about the Discord thing, because I'm still I'm wondering about it. It's definitely going to be a thing that I link out, but I still am wondering how I'm going to implement it. Either way though, thanks for watching this update video. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I was gonna do like a top 10 list for 2015, but let's be honest, I played so many open world games that I actually didn't play a lot of 2015 games, like Mad Max, Rise of the Tomb Raider, all those things. Those are gonna be things that we're gonna have to play sometime in 2016. But for now, again, thanks for listening. I will see you guys throughout 2016.